Welcome to the Friday Live brought to you by the Hood. We are a couple minutes late, but shout out to y'all nonetheless. If you're listening to this on the audio, shout out to you. We appreciate all the new audio listeners we have to our Friday Live show. But you got to come check us out on video. Shout out to my neighbor's dog for barking because he hit me back here. You got to come check us out to be part of the Bitcoin giveaway. Core's in the building. What's up, Core?
Years old was really good, Joe.
Yo, man, as you come in, please let us know who's here. Please hit the like button. Please share this out. Please do all the good stuff to help us fight the algorithms. I see some of our folks coming in, but can you let us know who's here? We want to know who's kicking it with us. We got a lot of stuff to talk about. But, like we always say, not here for a long time, but, here for a good time.
Good time.
What's up with you, though, Core? Oh, the lights coming in. What's up with you, though, Core?
Man, listen, man, I'm chilling. Everything is good. Life is good. You know what I mean? My youngest is, getting his, he's active and everything, all out. My oldest just went back from spring break. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, we doing all right around here. You know what I mean? Like it ain't we ain't again, we ain't setting the world on fire, but we also, also not losing nothing.
Life is what you make it, man. It's what you make it. In the words of Nasir. Yo, anyway, listen. Shout out to Dr. Chas. That's our sister. She be joining us on Friday. She just sent me a message that she out in these streets tonight, so she ain't coming on. So shout out to Dr. Chas. Be safe out there, Dr. Chas. I know you're listening nonetheless. Our folks is coming in. Mark, what's good, Mark? You know what I mean? I just dropped a parlay in the group, but that's either here nor there. That's either here nor there. You know what I mean? Like, let's check in with everybody. Mark says, hey, yo, Jose in the building from the Bronx.
What it is though, Jose? I heard nuptials was in the air, man.
Yeah, man. Congratulations to Jose, man. He honest man. Making himself an honest man. Also shout out to Jose for donating last week, man. We had a couple, 3 donations actually, like Rochelle, Jose, Pass. So we gave out a bunch of Bitcoin last week. We're gonna do our normal giveaway today. But shout out to the brother Jose. V-Don is in the building. What's good, Don?
Years old.
Hey Don, man, I got the overs on young Wembanyama tonight, man. So
overs on young Wemby.
Oh, overs on young Wemby, man. Young Wemby got put in work, man. So that's either that's a sidebar. Tay is in the building. What's up, Tay? So Mark said he is on his way to Harrisburg for the Young Boy Chess Tournament. Oh, yo, I don't know what y'all do in y'all crib, man. Y'all raise young geniuses, man. Like, y'all need to sell that potion, man. Like,
So whatever we got going.
Yo, man, yeah, Mark and his lovely wife, man. They raise young geniuses, man. They got a cheat code or something, man. Yeah, they got some sort of cheat code. Y'all can sell that, man. Congrats to Jose from Don. You know what I'm saying? GC is in the building. What's good, GC? Yo, Don, you hating on Wemby? Wemby don't do nothing but listen. But I guess you're trying to say blocks or you say be bitching. I don't know what you're saying right now, man. But either way, you said he don't do nothing but. So the slanderous on the young God, man.
Yeah, man. If he don't do nothing, he gonna ball, man.
Your team got a nerve to get Wemby.
Like the clocks on the wall.
Your team got a nerve to get Wemby, like the apex predator of the future, and you complaining, man. Come on, man. What you
calling the apex predator of the future?
Oh, okay. So he said it wrong. All right, Don, I take that back. Don said he meant to say put in work. Wemby don't do nothing but put in work. All right, I take it back. Everything I said. I was about to say, man, you got to feel fortunate for your squad to draft Wemby, man. Like,
I thought the slander was about to come in hard and heavy.
Yeah, I thought Don was about to go in on him. I'm about to say, huh? Are we joking? Jose says, I forgot to post about that status. She said yes to dating, no nuptials yet. Yo, all right, so you out of pocket. Because when you said she says yes, you know what the whole internet gonna think. He said, but she wanted something official, thus the post. I do appreciate the congratulations from everyone. You could have just clicked the button that says in a relationship with. You ain't have to put she said yes.
Yeah, like hold up, man.
Need something else, bro.
Tell it, man.
Yeah, like, he laughing because he was trolling with that. Speaking of that, though,
he said yes to what, bro?
Because it's interesting. Right? The core whole head is spinning like, huh?
Yeah, like.
So here's what I want to ask you guys, everybody listening and watching, right? Because I was talking to some young boys, and they was talking about like in today's scene how much social media plays an impact on relationships. Like you got to make it official on social media, or it doesn't exist. we come from a different generation. Like, we know
man.
the internet, but it didn't play that much of a role in our relationships and upbringing as it does these young folks. But I wonder though, if you're in a relationship with somebody, how do you feel about them putting that on social media? Would you rather them do it or rather them not do it? I know you care less for Corey.
Yeah, I mean, I actually would prefer not, simply because of the stage of life I'm in. Like, I don't really care about what happened on the internet, and I don't, and I got internet friends, but they internet friends, so I get it.
And I don't want to hear none of y'all joke and say my girlfriend better not post it because my wife will see it. I don't want to hear that joke because I know somebody about to cook that up. I know somebody about to cook that one up. I'm talking about like you're a legit person.
Yeah, I would rather them not post it. Simply because I don't really care what the internet think about our relationship. You know what I mean? Like, and then that's one less thing that I gotta worry about. You know what I mean? Like, my brother not on. He not on. He on socials, but he only on Twitter, and he only on there to like follow news. Like, he don't post nothing. So he just there. You know what I mean? Like, so he got social media, but he don't use it. Like, it's just there. And so I kind of admired his existence, which is why I fell back hard off my
No, so it's just interesting to me because it plays that much of a part. Like, so I know somebody who it's even a question, right, in terms of how often do people post their kids? Like, some people don't believe in posting their kids at all.
I would rather my wife not do that at all.
But I heard both sides. Like, so I know like some folks I've talked to, and they be like, look, it's the way their family and friends keep up with their kids as they grow, or whatever. And it's funny because even me, I'd be like so proud of some kids that I've never met in my life. They like what you call them, like a young internet nieces and nephews, right?
Yeah,
you see them
internet nieces and nephews.
For sure. Getting jobs, you be all proud, like I'm a Cash App or something. You know what I mean? But so I get that part. But it's one of my friends on my Facebook page, right? And I'll be dying laughing. Since their kid was born, they post their kid, but they be like blurring out their face. So you have to watch their kid grow. It looks like their kid's in like witness protection or something. Like, you'll never see their face. Like, I'm like, what's the point of that? At this point, it's funny and it's trolling, but so. But with that being said, though, today's topic is an interesting topic, right? We're talking about family, friends, and money. Shout out to Lorraine, who sent me some articles. Again, Lorraine always looking out for us, man. But let me get back to these comments, man. Don says Wemby's rookie year is crazy, but it doesn't hold a candle to Timmy D. Tim Duncan
Not
is
at
the
all.
standard. I mean, for these four Spurs, he's the standard. Like, the funny thing is, as more time goes, the more I appreciate Tim Duncan. And a lot of it is because I like the way Tim Duncan just don't care about basketball. He has like a lot of Jokic. I've been watching Jokic ball, and he be like giving everybody hell, and he looked like he'd rather be somewhere else. And it's hilarious.
He give you 35 and 15 and don't even it'd be like,
Yeah, it looked like he don't even care to be there. The nonchalantness is hilarious. Lorraine says, "Hey, Kings, what's up, Lorraine?"
Really
she said she'd rather not the person post about them on the internets. Rock's in the building. Rock Notches, what's good with you? So Jose said, I'd rather not. So my status didn't change. I respect that. Kahan's in the building. What's good, Kahan? What's really good? All right, we got Cloud with TJ. My uncle wanted to borrow 5 bands when he found out I was making 6 figures a year. I was like, Uncle, life don't work that way.
Not at all. Like,
one of my favorite things I tell people is it's funny how people will count your money, but nobody counts your expenses.
At all, ever.
Pedro's in the building. Pedro,
what's going on?
Thanks for pulling up. Detroit is in the building. Jamil, what's good though? What's really good?
Why?
What's really good? Jamil, appreciate you checking out Stack Stats episode. And Don says he'd rather not. He likes to move in silence. Yeah, Don is a true military dude, man.
Yo, man, bad boys like to move in silence and violence, man.
But listen, man. So this week was an interesting week in the markets. You know what I'm saying? Doing what it does. Like we trade up and down. Shout out to everybody in the MDC. Those cashing in, making a chicken. And this week, Monday, we'll have a class again as usual. Monday's also another Stack Sats. Wednesday's our regular pod. And, now we here Friday live, getting ready to have a conversation and do our Bitcoin giveaway. Pedro says Jokic treats the NBA like a part-time job. He absolutely does. And it's a beautiful thing to watch. So with that being said, let's get to these articles, man, because some of this stuff, man. All right, here we go. I ain't even got to pull this whole article up. just the headline is crazy. Just the headline is enough to start this conversation. So here's how I want to do this. I'm going to make sure I'm reading these articles for everybody listening to the audio so you can get a context of what the article is I'm reading. If you are here live, shout to you. You get to see a little bit of the article, but I'm not going to read the full article. I just want to get the story out so then we can discuss and see how you guys feel about it. I love to see how our audience feels about, I mention this almost every Friday about real life stuff when it comes to money and finances, right? So with that being said, here we go. Let's get it popping. Here's the first one. This guy says, I've paid rent to my boyfriend since 2012 and helped raise his child. He's making $200,000 on the sale of his home. Am I entitled to half? So, by the way, they're not married. They've been together 12 years. The one guy had a 2-year-old son when they met. His son's now 14. And they also have a son together who's 2 years old. And they put an offer in on a new home and it was accepted. They've come up with a percentage split based on their incomes, which works out to 58-42. That's their percentage split based on incomes. But he's getting a big windfall from the sale of his original house that he moved into. I'm not even going to read any more of the article. So, Core, I want you to answer first, and everybody that's watching, or if you're listening, you can hit us up on Twitter, Instagram us on the like, and tell us how you feel about this specific article. I have one more. All this is about relationships and money. That's all these different scenarios are. But I want to start with this one here.
All right, I can automatically tell you my answer because there's a word in there that's going to automatically make me say something, which is entitled. So the answer, every time I see the word entitled, my answer is no.
Okay, just the question of am I entitled?
Yeah, entitled to nothing. No.
Respect.
So every time I see that word, my automatic answer is no.
So let's talk about this on the flip side, right? Suppose you had a young lady who had a 2-year-old. You moved in, y'all had a relationship, and y'all still are kicking it. Y'all been together 12 years. You paid your half of everything. You helped raise the kid. Y'all got your own kid now. Everything's good. Y'all about to move into a new crib, and they get a $200,000 windfall. How would you feel on the other side of that?
I mean, I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna want one piece of that chicken, but I'm not gonna feel entitled to it. Like want and then entitled.
That word entitled is really bothering you.
Yeah, like I'm not entitled to the money. If it's their property, my name ain't on it. I'm not entitled to anything. You know what I mean? Now
I'm glad you said that. I was having a conversation with someone in my family this week. I won't say their names, cousin. I won't say your name, cousin. But you ever have someone in your family who always feels like somebody owes them something? Like, because that's my mom, she should be doing this. Or because you're my cousin, you should be doing this. And I was trying to tell them that nobody in this world owes you anything.
Yeah, you're not entitled to nothing. Like, what you think about that happening?
Yeah, life moves a lot better when you realize that anything that anyone does for you is honorable, but no one owes you anything.
Yeah, like
let's take that word out though. Let's take that word out. Let's look at just the scenario for what it is. 12 years together, living together, paying everything together, raising the kid together, and they get $200K in a windfall. First of all, the boy said entitled to half. Like, you're not entitled to anything to your point. I mean, you take whatever the boy gives you. So you say no.
Yeah, like, because my thing is, he should want to give you something if y'all been together that long. And he's probably is going to give you something, but you're not entitled to anything. Like,
all right, so let's put you on the other side of the question now. If this is you and it was your crib, you had a 2-year-old, you know what I mean? Young lady moved in with you, helped you raise a 2-year-old, held you down, paid half of everything, paid rent, all that kind of stuff. And you got a $200,000 windfall before y'all moved into y'all new house together. How would you break it down?
I mean, if I get I'll probably put 50 bands on them. I'm not giving her no 100 bands off that because I had that property before we met. Mm-hmm. That's not happening. And I gotta put up for our retirement. You know what I mean? Like me and my kids, like we still ain't married. It's 14 years. It's 14 years. I mean, 12 years, and we still ain't married. No, I'm gonna give you something, but you're not getting no 100 bands.
Yeah. Let's get to the chat and see what folks are saying here, man. Jose says smash the love button. Appreciate that, Jose. Yeah, everybody smash the love like button if you're on YouTube or you're on Facebook. Help us out there. Lorraine says, why are you spending time counting my money? You could be making more of your own.
That's also a fact.
Lorraine, so you wouldn't give him nothing at all? All right. So GC says, why she moved in without being married? I mean, that's a whole other question.
I mean, listen, I ain't gonna lie, man.
I'm not gonna front like I never,
I'm not gonna front on that. I've done it.
I'm
multiple times. I gotta know what's going down before we get married. I'm not playing that game.
And I feel the same way you do, bro. Like, that's a whole other conversation. Because I know people be like, you can't live together until you're married. I'm like, I don't know you until we live together. So how can I marry you?
We never get married if we don't live together.
Yeah, so I need to know your habits. I need to know everything.
We're gonna be walking around in this big ass circle if that's how you feel. Because I'm not.
Listen, I'm glad I ain't the only one that feel that way.
Yeah, we're gonna be going round and round in a big ass circle if that's how you feel.
Cola is officially here. Don Johnson left this message. I don't know if I want to read this out loud. This is the words of Don Johnson.
He called dude loose booty. Why?
Loose booty dude not getting no bread. All right, that's the words of Don Johnson. I don't want no smoke. GC says she was paying rent and she paid to stay there. And that's the other thing, right? So if you paid rent, the way that Bo broke it out, you paid rent. So you paid rent, that was you just paying for your abode. So you can't be and it's funny because when I first read this, I didn't pick up on the word the way that you did. And that word does change everything when it says entitled. So it's interesting that you saw that right away. Yo, our brother's in the building. What's good? Jay Johnson, our MDC brother. Who's in Hawaii. I don't even know what time it is in Hawaii right now. What's good with you, Jay?
Yeah, right. He in Asia some damn way, even though it's America.
Yeah, he in Hawaii kicking it, man. Shout out to our brother Jay Johnson, man.
And he don't got a lot of kick it.
GC says, why she even dating someone with a 2-year-old? No disrespect, but that's pretty recent birthday. Whoa.
Yeah, I'm not touching that.
Yeah, right, let me ask you this question.
I'm not touching that, man.
All right, now.
Not doing it.
Yeah, I was trying to find a way to ask the question, but I'm gonna leave it alone. Like, so what age is enough? I mean, 2-year-old is 2 years. Like,
yeah, like I mean, at what point can a person move on from another person and still be viable? Like, that's just.
That man said 2 years ain't enough.
I mean, listen, that's his personal standard, though. So I'm not.
Man, everybody has his
personal standard, but for me, I gotta ask the question: at what point can a person move on from another person and still be viable?
All right, so GC says they're not even engaged. Yeah, 200 bands is a lot of like asking for 100 racks is crazy. All right, so LaJoya says she made. I mean, by the way, these are two men, but I'm gonna read the comments the way they come in. She made the choice to help take care of a child that wasn't hers. I could see her getting 25 to 30 from the sale. Also, I wouldn't assume I'm entitled. If not married, she should have gotten a cohabitation agreement off the rip and been a beneficiary on life insurance for him. Okay. So that's the other thing too. And I guess this is probably an overarching theme in some of the stories we're going to talk about is even though sometimes you're dealing with family, loved ones, you still can get stuff in writing. You still can. Some people look at it as like being disrespectful to bring up certain conversations, but it is what it is.
You've been together 12 years.
Yeah. GC says, I'm not saying you can't sleep over sometimes, but just completely moving in isn't a smart idea to me.
I mean,
I need to actually live with someone.
I need to know how you live. I can't.
Again, that's my personal.
No.
Here's Dr. Chaz. What's up, Dr. Chaz? I told everybody earlier you was out in the streets, so you know what I mean. You out here running the streets, but it is what it is. Jay said it's 1:30 p.m. Damn, 1:30 p.m.
Whole nother day.
I know it's beautiful over there. GC says, yeah, she ain't got no kids and she dealing with a dude with a fresh human. Call it a fresh human. Dealing with a fresh human. So, y'all cracking me up with like the she, but I don't know their pronoun, but anyway, Jamil says if she feels entitled to have a baby or get married without a prenup. Well, they do got a kid together now.
They do now.
If you don't break her off and cut, she's
she can get it in alimony. That's what he's trying to say. Or I mean, not alimony, and child support. She can get it one way or the other. She can get it.
Yo, Shell, want to send you a shout out.
That's one way to get the money. break up with dude and get
last
child
week.
support.
We appreciate last week the donation that did.
Thank you so very much.
We didn't have a chance to say thank you, so I want to say thank you. It was appreciated. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to you and the Young King. I see the Young Kings making moves now. You know what I mean? So shout out to both of y'all. Appreciate you. Yeah, man. So that's the one story, right? And interesting to see that nobody thought that they should get anything. Well, LaJoya says maybe something smaller, 20, 30 bands.
Yeah, I'm gonna break. If we've been together 12 years, I'm gonna break off something. I'm not going to just not give you nothing.
Yeah. All right. So let me ask y'all a question. Let me put y'all on the other side of this equation, though. Would y'all give your boyfriend, girlfriend? Would y'all give them something if this happened to y'all?
Yeah, like, because my thing is, I like giving people stuff that I'm around and that I like. I like to give them stuff. You know what I mean? Like,
would y'all, right? So now y'all not entitled to give anything. Would y'all? Jay said, "Wouldn't even entertain this nonsense with an ex-roommate." Called her a roommate.
An ex-roommate, not even a current roommate. An
was really good.
Roommate.
Yeah, it was really good, Kahan. So GC said, "Yeah, that's goofy." LaJoya says, "Yes." Oh yeah, no problem at all. We appreciate you. And Rochelle says, y'all do so much for us, but we appreciate you. So Jamil says, I thought she raised his child from another chick 12 years and her own child. So it's 2 kids now. So, but first off, it's 2 men, but yes, he helped raise the 2-year-old that they got together. The other partner already had a 2-year-old, but now they have their own kid. So they have a kid of their own and the one that he raised from 2 to 14. So that's what it is. All right, but let's get to another story because this story is wild too. So y'all say FOH to that story. Let's see how y'all feel about this one. Another one of these family friend situations, man. Here we go. Oh, not that one. My fault. Wrong story. That was my archive.
Yeah, man.
I
out here wilding and doing the absolute most.
All right, boom is this one. Yeah, here we go. All right, where is... Boom. All right. Here is the story. It says, he freaked out. My friend let me live in his house if I did repairs, but sued me for unpaid rent and won $50,000. Then he died. What can I do? I was told the only way to get this removed is through bankruptcy. So here's the story. Here's a little context. In 2015, I went through a divorce. I helped out an old friend who was living out of state by taking care of his triplex in West Virginia. He evicted one of his tenants and made me an offer. I could move into one of the units, become the unofficial caretaker, and help him out with repairs. He said he would deduct any fees from rent. All the neighbors told me that he would screw me over. I thought he just needed help. His property was neglected and I dealt with it. Everything from raw sewage backing up into the basement to tenant issues. For several years, what he owed me for repairs was more than rent. We called it a quash. In late 2016, I told him I was moving out and buying a new home and wasn't going to take care of the property anymore. He freaked out. He served me an eviction notice, which I fought, and we stayed until I closed on my home. Buying a home financially tapped me, so I was shocked when he sued me and claimed I never paid rent. I couldn't afford a lawyer, and he turned in doctored paperwork to use against me, claiming that I never paid a dime. There were months I did actually pay him rent. With zero legal representation and missing deadlines to turn evidence in, he won a $50,000 judgment against me. He died a year or so later. He was cranky and estranged from his family. Everything went to his sister. She told me she didn't want anything to do with our case and basically said he was a horrible person and died alone. Damn. I sold my house and now live in Minnesota, and this judgment is on my record for 10 years. I want to buy a home, and I'm being refused because of this. His sister will not sign anything and says she wants to pretend that her brother never existed. I was told the only way to get this removed is through bankruptcy. That is nasty work. I think it's wild that he even called boy friend in the description, because that ain't your friend, dog.
Yeah, at all. That's somebody you know, because that can't be your friend the way it just did you.
Yo, I was laughing because I had this thought, but I wasn't going to communicate it. Don said, look at God. Won't he do it? Yo, that is nasty work. That's nasty work. The other funny thing about that is and shout out to who was that earlier in the show that had mentioned that like uncles asking them for money. I think it was Cloud with TJ. I've told the story before. I've had situations where people in the family ask me to borrow money, and everybody in the family says they're going to burn you. And me being a dodo still helped them out. And guess what happened? I got burned. Like everybody was telling boy, like, yo, he's going to do you dirty. And the fact that he didn't have a relationship with his family and no one messed with him, that kind of says a lot. So, yeah, man. What do you think about the story, Core? And what do you think he could have done to avoid this situation?
I mean, you gotta get paperwork up front. You can't be doing no transactions like that with somebody. And no, man, that's a paperwork situation. Like
that's the theme of tonight's show, everybody. Even if you're dealing with friends or family, get paperwork.
Yeah, that's a paperwork situation. You can't be involved in that kind of stuff with somebody and have them, like they messing up boy life. You know what I mean? Like he can't even move on from the past because boy, like got him caught in this whole situation shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like this is nasty work.
Yo, Chastity said doctor up some paperwork just like dude did.
I mean, you could, that you got this is paperwork. Like helping people is one thing, but like some things you just got to get on paper. You can't just be helping somebody and especially with something with finances, that much finance. Yeah, like that's just so too much.
So here's a couple things, right? GC says, "Yep, need that paperwork." LaJoya says, "Get a receipt for everything. I have my own receipt book in the car. I got it for $1 from Dollar Tree. If it's not written down, difficult. If it ain't written down, it didn't happen." Ariel,
and that's another thing. We learned that as a couple a lot of times trying to help people out. If it ain't written down, it just didn't happen.
So Ariel talks about the first story. He says, "Don't be with nobody for 10 years with no ring. Respect yourself." Damn. All right. Boy. Lorraine says, "I wonder if he can dispute it through the credit bureaus and ask them for verification." Kind of goes to what Chastity says. Or dead. Who gonna go fight it? So, what's up, Cam? Cam is in the building, man. Young legend. What's good, Cameron? How are you? Hope all is well. So Jamil says, either break the sister off a few ducats to make it worth her while.
I wasn't reading that.
We'll call Joey. Joey, brother. Yo, yeah. Shout out to Joey, man. Shout out to Joey for going to Vlad and Vlad not knowing who he was talking to because Joey gave him nothing. Said Vlad must don't know. He ain't one of them other boys. He from Philly. He's a little different.
Yeah, man.
Anyway, man. With that being said, though, man.
Not only is he from Philly, he still live in Philly.
Between Philly and Florida. But yo, here's the thing. 2 stories. Shout out to Lorraine for providing those stories. And we talk about relationships and money all the time on here. I think the overarching theme for both of these stories tonight is get paperwork, right? The name of tonight's show is Family, Friends, and Money. And because you're dealing with close friends, because you're dealing with family and all these type of situations, it doesn't mean that you shouldn't go and get your paperwork, right? We talk about building wealth. We talk about saving. We talk about investing. You got to protect it. One of the things we talk to our students in the NDC about about trading is the first rule is to protect your capital. Yeah, protect your capital. Before you start doing anything else, you got to protect your capital. So, and that's the crazy part about money. Anybody ever read the book of The Psychology of Money?
No, I never read it.
That's one you got to add to the list. It's called The Psychology of Money. But The Psychology of Money is very interesting, man, because what money does to people and how it affects people is, it's just story after story after story of that. So you got to understand it's very, very touch and go with some people as it pertains to finances. Dan and Taylor both in the building. What's up, y'all? Appreciate that. So, listen, get stuff in writing, yo. Get stuff in writing, man. And
that's the bottom line because The Rock said so.
And Ariel says, respect yourselves out there, yo. Make sure y'all respect yourselves. So Rochelle says Pastor put her up on that book. Yeah, it's a good book. It's definitely a good book. But yeah, you gotta understand how
You
money,
gotta tickety check yourself before you riggedy wreck yourself.
It's funny how money changes the situation. In the
Yo,
words
Lauren
of,
told y'all.
yeah, in the words of Lauren told y'all. It's funny. It's funny how money changes the situation. It's the truth, though.
Yeah, man.
It's the absolute truth, man. So those are the stories I want to share with y'all tonight, man. Other than that, though, we're a little early, but it is what it is, man. We do want to do our giveaway. I got to think about what the code will be tonight. Anything else you want to talk about, Cole, while we're here with the folks, man?
I do. So,
okay.
Being that I lived in 2 different places in the last year, and the speed of life is different in both places. How do y'all deal with when you for me, like I'm dealing with a whole level of like I don't know, man, like it just moved too slow. Like everything down here, like it feel like it moving like suspended animation, not even slow, like less than slow.
So you're used to being in Philadelphia and things moving at one pace and everything slow for you now.
Yeah, like it's weird as hell, like because they not slow, it's just they do everything slow. Like they not stupid or slow or none of that. It's just like
listen, that's how the world is, bro. Different places move. I remember being in places in Europe and they like don't move fast at all. Like we hustle and bustle and they be taking like 3-hour lunches, be sipping tea, and it's like they be on a whole different vibe. Which one do you prefer though? Or are you saying that you're so accustomed to the fast-paced stuff?
Yeah, like it's just hard to live here. Like I love it because I love being around my kids and I like the people. It's just the pace. Like I'm like, damn, like does anything make y'all move faster than y'all move down here? Like, damn, like
yeah, so
like I be wanting to literally light a fire under their feet, like set a firecracker under their behind. Like,
yeah. So hold on real quick. Let me get to these comments. Don says that's a good book. Dude just came out with a new one too, talking about the psychology of money. Jamil says cats are scared to destroy relationships and avoid certain conversations, but in the words of the great Steve Austin, DTA, don't trust anybody. A stunning Steve Austin once said, y'all don't forget when he was stunning Steve Austin. That's how old I am.
Right, my man just had a vest on. I mean, he had the same get up on a vest.
He was a Fugazi Ric Flair, stunning Steve Austin. Then GC said he wants to know what's an example of something moving slow. Like when you say that, what do you mean?
So like, I'm used to like, when people say they're gonna do something, like I'm where in Philly, if they say they're gonna do it and they actually gonna do it, it's happening. Like it happens that day, that next day, maybe you might wait a week. Here, if they say they're gonna do it, they get to it when they get to it. Like it might happen a week from now, it might happen 3 weeks from now. They get to it. Like they ain't lying. It's just it ain't nothing.
People move at their own speed. People move at their own speed. It's almost like, if you want to see something fast paced, like go like to New York, Philadelphia, Boston, something like go to the center city in the middle of the day. Everything's happening fast. It's just moving fast. I remember I was in Houston one time, and I'm like, it's like it's dead out here. Like ain't nothing happening. Like ain't nobody getting robbed. Ain't no business taking place.
Right.
Like, it's just
not on no street corner business happening.
Ain't nothing going on. It's just quiet. So,
but the thing is, so I used to think that about Houston, and then I went to places in Houston where it was going down, and then I was like, oh yeah, it's just like Philly. Like so, like I ain't talking about that kind of stuff. I'm just talking about the speed at which businesses move, in which people down here move. Like I was I had some stuff that I was doing, like trying to get involved with the kids down here, like I do up in Philly, right? Mm-hmm. And so when we do our stuff up there, like they be ready for it right away. Like, can you come tomorrow? Can you come in 2 weeks? They was like, yeah, can you come next year? I'm like, huh?
No, we gotta get to it up here. Yeah, like names in the building. Nate says I understand other than Philly and Beaufort, South Carolina, right? Yeah, South Carolina. So yeah, a little different there too.
So like, and the thing is, like I said, they get to it down here. Like they not slow. Let's be very, very clear. They get to it. They just they prioritize a little different. You know what I mean?
Like culture shock. Once things change pace, it'll take you time to acclimate to the pace of life. And Jose is from the Bronx, so you know how crazy.
Yeah, man. But see, there's no pace though. Like I can get used to a slower pace. Like there's no pace though. Like if you ain't the top priority, you not a priority at all. Which is maybe it's something I can learn from that. But like if you ain't top of mind, you ain't nothing happening until they get around to it.
Yeah. So let's go. Cloud with TJ says, I felt guilty at first because people in my family were struggling and I had the resources to support them. It's like the more money I made, the more handouts they wanted. So I stopped being the cash cow. Yeah, you got to set standards and boundaries. You got to tell people how you want to be treated. Simple as that.
Immediately. Like
family will play on strings, man. I had a cousin, man, and he on Facebook too, but I don't know. He probably don't watch this. If he do, I mean, F you anyway. But this boy called me like, yo, I need money for my medicine, blah, blah, blah. Like, all right, I'm going to cash app you. Go get your medicine, right? So here's what really pissed me off. What pissed me off is he never responded once I sent him the bread.
Oh,
right? Next time I hear from him is when he was borrowing again. And I just like banged on him. I was like, man, FOH, dog. Like, so here's what's funny. I went to a function of a family function, and we all sitting around talking. And come to find out, he banged like 10 people in the room. Like, he got her. Like, hold up, he got you too? Like, everybody started exchanging notes and realizing that he just went through a run where he was just tapping everybody. But you know, you gotta tell people how to be treated. Like, you know, after that, you got me once, but that's the price of me cutting you off.
Yo,
simple as that. And I know Corey don't believe in that, but I cut people off.
I mean, I just cut them off for money. There's a difference for me. I just cut them off for money.
Life. We share the same blood, but they don't exist to me. Anyway, with that being said, Miriam says take some getting used to. So Jamil said took him 6 years. Yeah, it took him 6 years to make an adjustment.
It's not going to take me. I will move from here before it takes me 6 years to adjust to anything.
I mean, you know, the joy is in the comments. She may not want to hear that. All right, so Pat,
listen, I'm not. That's not. That wasn't a request. I'm not waiting 6 years.
Brian Pillman. Brian Pillman's another one of them dudes that, you know, switched his foray in wrestling, as they say. GC said, I think that's y'all. Y'all just ain't tapped into certain areas, probably. I mean, I'm not saying I am tapped in nowhere. I just know that when I'm down south, when I'm in Atlanta, I mean, you know, I ain't been to Mississippi and none of that, but I'm in Florida, Atlanta, Tennessee. Like, I've been in all these places, and it's not the same as being in the Northeast. Like, yeah, man. And by the way, that's not even an all positive thing. Like I feel like, yo, when I go down south and I come back home to Philly, I could like smell the murder in the air. It's like
it is, yo. So every time I come back to the city, man,
the level of danger. So I'm not saying it's a positive
energy
thing.
is so different because I got like, and the thing is, it's not different in a way that I don't like. Like, it don't feel dangerous to me because
I was my first time down south and I'm walking down the street and somebody spoke to me and I'm looking at them like, you don't know me, cuz up here we don't do that.
Yeah. Like, so the thing is, when I'm used to being down south because my pop from Birmingham. So I'm used to down south. Like, so I spent 4 months every year down south when I was a kid, you know, every summer and holidays and all that. Like, I spent a lot of time in the south.
In Philly, if somebody say, hey, how are you? You asking them like where I know you from. Like, how what do you want?
What do you want? I start touching on my you know, my fire stick. I start like, what do you want? You know what I mean?
Like, it's just a thing. It's a culture. Like, if somebody say, yo, those some nice sneaks, and from Philly, that means something different.
Yeah, like, what do you want? Like, what do you want?
Like, if I'm down south, somebody say, yo, I like your sneaks, they might really like your sneaks. If somebody tell you that in Philly, they're trying to rob you. Like,
yeah, like,
how
about you move on before I put this fire stick in your face? Like, I don't want no trouble.
All right, so Don says he lived in North Carolina for 6 years now. He said Philly moves too damn fast. That slow speed is good for your mental health. I can imagine that. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not saying this
not though, because again, I have experience with both, right? Because being in the military, right? I was all over the country in the military. Being, my pop was from down south. I spent a lot of time. So it's not that I'm not, but I haven't lived at this pace for a long time. You know what I mean? Like, it's difficult, man.
So I mean, I'm not saying that the speed of, like, the big city is a positive thing, because sometimes that's just a negative. You might have to get more around certain people. I mean, you gotta find your tribe no matter where you go. So Chad says, I'm used to Memphis and DC, but Houston is a cool pace for her. Ant's in the door. What's up, Ant? Salute. No, I agree. I'm from Cleveland, now a suburb, or HTX. Yeah, Houston. I can go to the BMV same day and get services. You mean the DMV or the BMV? I don't know. It says BMV. Yeah. Where you're from is the DMV. Maybe it's the same thing. Bureau. I don't know. And get service down here. You got
vehicles. It's moving vehicles.
Okay. See, up here is the DMV. All right, but he says you got to set an appointment down. You got to set an appointment and then wait 3 weeks.
Yeah, man.
Nah, you ain't got to wait for 3 weeks for nothing in the city, dog.
Yeah. Like, if you wait 3 weeks in the city, only thing you wait for 3 weeks in the city is a housing voucher. Everything else,
dog. I can call a whole
next
army.
Day service. I can walk in.
Shout out to my Uncle Blaze, man. Rest in peace. I had an uncle who was he's a street dude, man, but he used to always tell me, he was like, look, I can get you anything in about 8 hours. Unless it's a helicopter, just give me about 15. And then he was dead serious too, right? Rest in peace, Uncle Blaze, man. But in the city, you get anything fast, dog. Larry's in the building. What's up, Larry? Appreciate you pulling up. Chad says you have to set pace for people.
And you gotta set the pace for them.
She agrees with TJ. Yeah. So, John Cena too. Can't see him though. All right. He said I cut folks super quick once I'm wrong. This is Jose, by the way. Jose said he cut folks super quick once I'm wrong. It was this as you never existed.
Damn.
So, I mean, everybody got their own different thing. So, a sharp photo. What's good? Corey, you're ex-military too, so that probably makes the South even slower for you. Does the constant niceness throw you off too? I've heard Philly folks say that everyone being so friendly is odd. It is absolutely weird. And again, maybe it's not weird. Maybe I'm weird. Like the other part.
No. So again, when I first would come, see, the thing is, because my dad is from here, it doesn't throw me off. Again, because I've experienced it a lot. You know what I mean? And so, even though Birmingham is a smaller city than Philadelphia, but it's not small. And then I would spend a lot of time in Atlanta because my aunt, lived in Atlanta. So I spent a lot of time in Atlanta. So it wasn't, for me, a slow pace. You know what I mean? Like, because Atlanta moved faster than Philly, actually. You know what I mean? So I wasn't in a slow pace southern city for the most part when I was down there. But like here, and I live in a suburb of Houston, Texas. Don't nothing move, man. Nothing move but the money, man. Like, don't nothing move but the money, man. And even when you talk about money, if you're not at the top of they top of mind, they don't even pay you they don't pay you no never mind down here. And it's good in one way, and there's another way. It just like, come on, dog. Like, what are you doing? Like, come on.
To add to that, for me though, that is it. People being friendly is kind of odd, like, which is sad when I think about it, because we should speak to each other, we should greet each other, but I don't know, like my environment, that's just not what happens. Sam, what's good, Sam? Sam says, yeah. GC says, I've never been up north, so maybe I'm not getting it. Yeah, GC, it's a different thing, dog. Like,
yeah, the pace up in the north is crazy because the thing is, because people on top of each other.
Exactly. So, GC said it all the time. He's like, yo, how y'all live next to each other like that? Like, that changes the mentality of everything. Like,
when you that close to somebody all the time, it changed the pace of everything.
Yo, dog, it's funny. Somebody said something. It's not even really funny. It was like, yo, somebody from my neighbor told me, he's like, yo, because it's like 70 in Philly. He's like, oh, it's that temperature where you may die every time you leave your house. I was like, yo, that's not funny. Like, I get you was making a joke, but that's not funny because it's true.
But that's real. That's real. You know what I mean?
That's why Aunt laughing. I'm dead serious. He said, yeah, you can smell the murder in there. It's like different, dog. Like, the Northeast is a different animal, and I say Northeast because I've been to a
The
lot of the
whole
Northeast cities.
corridor.
Yeah, the whole thing. Like when you
See,
go to
what
the
people
inner
don't
city in
understand
Boston,
about the United States is that 85% of the traffic in the whole country happens on the Northeast corridor.
you do. The big cities, yeah, it does. But like Boston is the same way. You know, accent may be a little different, but it's you go to the inner city in Boston, it's wild. New York, every borough, Philly,
Yeah,
DC,
man.
Baltimore.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, the air is different. He said, I miss those days, but it's so peaceful down here, bro.
And
Yeah,
listen,
I'm
and
ready to go though.
I'm not saying anything against the people here. It's just slow. Like, come on.
So they says I went to school in Rhode Island. The first thing I noticed coming back home to Philly was a mouse on the train tracks. Oh yeah, yeah. He
Damn.
said, Paul's fire stick in the face.
Yo,
So was Ant, by the way. Jamil says, coming from the D in NY, Detroit, and New York, couldn't stand when the whole shutting down at 11:30 p.m., but I don't be out like that no more. I do kind of miss riding in a handicap cart at 3 a.m. in the Walmart down here pre-COVID-19. That used to be my late night highlight. Yo, that's the other thing. You go down to certain spots and it's like, yo, their center city of their town is dead. There's nothing going on. Like, especially if you in New York, dog. New York's a whole different animal because New York is worse than Philly. New York never goes. I said the city never sleeps, right? Dog, you can go outside in New York at 4
3
a.m.
o'clock in the morning, and it's going to be people out
3
there.
p.m. 3 p.m. and 3 a.m. is no difference in the amount of people on the street. It's just not. That's a whole
Because the
different
thing is,
thing.
they got things that are open 24 hours a day. So
Yeah.
that's why that's the only difference between it. Well, I don't know about Atlanta now, but Atlanta, 25, 30 years ago when I used to go regularly, Atlanta was popping, but it wasn't a 24-hour popping like New York. You know what I mean?
So,
Like,
I've been in Atlanta recently, and they got a nightlife and all that. And if you know folks, you can get tied in with certain other things. But it ain't New York though. New York, you can just go outside and find something to do anywhere in any borough. It's just New York is its own animal though. Like that's because even Philly's not like that. Dave said it depends on where you are in the South. To be honest, what's up, Diamond Dave's in the building?
It is because like Dave, he been in a lot of cities that move. You know what I mean? Like he been in Atlanta, he been in Miami. Those kind of places where it business happening. You know what I mean? Like people get to it, but those is also East Coast cities. You know what I mean? Like they southern East Coast cities, but those is they on that corridor that we're talking about.
Yeah. So GC says maybe I need to go up. I'm sorry, I was reading the comment. GC said maybe I need to go up north to experience what y'all talking about. Yeah, GC, it's a different vibe up here, man.
Yeah, it's a whole different section of the world.
Rain says the adjustment from Detroit to Charlotte was minimal for her. I go to the DMV to get services, ain't no appointments, and I'm in the South. Okay.
Yeah.
Does Cleveland move fast? Yeah, I don't know how Cleveland moves.
Yeah, I've been through Cleveland. I never actually stayed in Cleveland for any amount of time. I've been through Cleveland like 25 times, but I never actually stayed in Cleveland.
So Ant says, compared to Stafford, Texas, it does. Torian, what's good? Torian says, what up, y'all? It's been a minute. So where you at now, Corey?
I'm out right outside Houston, Texas. I mean, like 15-minute drive, and I'm in Houston.
He in the South now. He's a Southern dude now.
No, don't play with me.
So Ant says, I feel you. Flex through Cashmere Gardens. They moving. So, y'all in the suburbs. You must be talking to Corey. I ain't in the South. I'm in the city.
Yeah, Jim in the jungle.
Yeah, dog. I'm with the people.
Jim live a 5-minute walk from where I used to live at. So I know Jim live in the jungle.
I'm with the people, dog. I'm with the people.
Yeah, Jim live in the jungle.
It moves. H-Town is a Sinaloa city. Yeah. Shot for the Sinaloa cartel. But I'm gonna check it out. Said Corey out there by Jay Prince. So Corey got he got horses and a whole okay, I heard that.
Easy.
People can be friendly, but he can go the other way real quick in Birmingham too.
Oh, easily, man. Yeah. Listen, that's what I said. Birmingham, not really a small city. In size, it's bigger than Philadelphia. It's just the people ain't on top of each other as much as it is here.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, it's not necessarily a positive thing, but if you in like Philly, you in Camden, you in North, and when I say North, people from there know what I'm talking about because I'm not.
Yeah.
It's not Newark. I'm saying North. If you in North, you in Philly, like, it's just wild. Rich is in the building. What's up, Rich? The suburbs are different though. Call me Mrs. Friendly. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Hopefully, watching on YouTube will get you monetized faster. Listen, we are monetized. We've been monetized for a minute, but I appreciate the support. Support us as much as you can. Share us with your family and friends because we definitely trying to grow our channel.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, shakers. Listen, there's shakers and movers everywhere, man. You know, it's like that everywhere. It's just a different energy, I guess, is what Corey's trying to say, and I understand what he means. My biggest adjustment was a 2-second eye contact without asking what the F you looking at. That's a big city thing. You can't look at nobody. Like, you can't do that. Like
what do you want?
You fooled at that point and mistaking these cats for being extra soft and friendly, but they're just good, genuine black folk. And that's what I'm saying. It's kind of wild. Hey, Callie's in the building. I'm very friendly, like greeting strangers in the streets and good morning. They look at me like, what you want? I love the South is laid back like South America. Yeah, that's exactly how people look at you. Like, yo, why are you speaking to me?
Like, what do you like? I find myself when I'm in the city asking that question a lot. Like, what do you want? Because you got to get right the business with people in the city. Like, because when people start asking you a bunch of questions about something that, you know what I mean? Like, you want?
Yeah, you got to grip. You got to start. That's when you start, like, you know, you got to make sure you're right. You got to make sure it's one in the chamber. Dave says, New York people used to tell me Orlando was slow. Problem was they wasn't living in the city and they was not tapped in. That's what I'm saying. There's people everywhere. It's just that, our homeless folks will body you. It's actually pretty sad now that I think about it, man. As I'm talking, I'm like, you're sick. Maybe I need to go down south. These people up here are sick. I'm trying to get into the Chamber of Commerce for Fort Bend. That's what Ant says. We also behind closed doors with it. And that's the thing. Folks in here ain't even behind closed doors no more. They out in the front. Like, it's just wild. New York is a whole different animal. Yeah, New York, I just put them they just over here somewhere.
Yeah, they in a whole different category.
Yeah, they just go over here somewhere. You go to New York, even as a tourist, just go to New York and just like set an alarm, come outside in the middle of the night. You're gonna be like, why is it like this?
Why can you go get pizza at 4 a.m.?
Why, big New York rats be the size of like pit bulls, and they speak to you walking down the street like, yo, what's up, cuz? Yeah, it's just they put them over there somewhere, man. And Dave says that New York is a 24-hour city. Yeah, they just somewhere. They something different. So Rich says each borough outside of Staten Island will be a top 5 city.
Yeah.
So I have a family reunion in Houston this summer. Here's the thing, though. I love my time in Houston. I definitely love my time in Houston. Sinaloa cartels out of Mexico. Cleveland, Ohio is definitely a special city, man. Yo, we'll have to stay for a week. We got a mafia history, too, just like Philly. Yo, Cleveland is wild. Like, I love mafia docs and stories like that. One thing y'all was doing in Cleveland, dog, y'all was letting the bombs go. Y'all went through a period in Cleveland where y'all was just, like, bombing each other's cars like it was just normal. Like, I ain't never seen that nowhere else. Like, Cleveland was, y'all history is wild.
Damn.
Y'all just bombing people. All right, so Yogi X, what's good, Yogi? Is 100,000 enough to live in California?
It's enough to live anywhere, depending upon where you live at.
In poverty, California cost of living is ridiculous, yo. But I guess it depends upon which part of California you're talking about. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can figure it out, but that's not the same. 100,000 in California is not the same as 100,000, say, in Texas. You live in 2 different lives. First of all, California state taxes is ridiculous.
That's the thing about Texas. They don't have any.
Texas don't even have a state tax. I think California has the highest state tax. Let me look that up. Who has the highest state tax? Because I think California may have the highest state tax. So your 100K just off rip, they taking part of that. Maybe somebody knows who has the highest state tax. But if I'm not mistaken, highest state income tax. So here it is right here. So I'll read this to you guys. I don't have to share. It says, Matter of fact, I will share it. So I'm not just making up stuff. Wow. So this breaks down every tax. I wasn't looking for that, but state tax is California with over 13% state tax. So think about that. That's 13% of your bread to the state where Texas is none. I'll share this whole article with you guys. But this breaks down what is the most taxed state. Got to be New York here. New York's number 1. Pennsylvania is actually 16. California is number 4. But Texas is 28. So they look at everything from sales tax, property tax, income tax, excise tax. So they break down everything. But California is crazy, dog. Here it is right here. Here's the state income tax. So California is 13.3.
Damn.
Which is the highest, right? So
I thought Pennsylvania was crazy. 13.3% is dessert.
Yeah, 13.3 is their state tax. I see Pennsylvania is where we at? Where are we at? Oh, here we go. Yeah, what else is state tax? Oh, here it is. Income tax. Next to income tax is this one. So Pennsylvania, we're about 3%. So we're not as bad as but think about that. 13%. That's not federal. That's from the state.
Fed's gonna get 30%.
So you're talking about 43% just off rip before you get your bread.
God dang.
That's 43% before you even get your bread. So, I mean, I hope that helps answer your question, Yogi. So it depends upon what kind of life. Are you getting that under the table? How you getting to it? It's just a different, yeah. My best friend wants me to move to Brunswick, Georgia to be closer to her and her husband just in case anything happens to me health-wise. I told her I ain't moving to Mayberry. I've already downgraded to 150K pop. I ain't going to a 10K pop and 3 traffic lights. 10K population and 3 traffic lights. That's Jamil. Jamil said he's not getting to a smaller town.
Yeah.
So that's Michelle from A Sharp Photo. What's good, Michelle? Appreciate that nonetheless, Michelle. Just make sure you hit the like button while you over there, Michelle. So Ann says, yeah, you got to keep your head on the swivel. And Michelle says that Miami ain't the South. I mean, yeah, I've heard people make the argument both ways. The homeless down south as well. Texas and Florida in the top 4. Oh, yeah. Yeah. The most homeless people I've ever seen in my life is when I was in Portland. Dog. And people were like fully employed folks just living on the street. That was a mine. That was a mine.
Mine vendor.
Yeah, in Portland, it was just, Portland's definitely a weird city, but they had a terrible homeless problem. Rats the size of pit bulls is wild. Yeah, New York got some huge rats. So Jamil says New York equal gobs of people. On tops the gobs of people. Absolutely. Rich says nothing was slower in my life than Cincinnati.
Man, I lived in Oklahoma.
Jay Reed and them and God.
Yeah, man. Like, so I lived in Oklahoma for a minute, like, and it was nothing there. So, but I knew the shelf life of me living there was small because I was, like when my time was up at that army station, I knew I was out of there. You know what I mean? So
yeah. So Diamond Dave says he knew nothing about Cleveland until Bone came out and that Bernie Kosar played for him. Yeah, that Cleveland team was tough. Ozzie Newsome and Bernie Kosar and Eric Metcalf, Kevin Mack. Yeah, man. I remember them. Anyway, Pascal said Hawaii. Yeah, it was over the summertime. Danny Green, the Irishman, 60 plus car bombings. Yeah, dog. Yo, y'all, you hear what he said is legit. That's what I'm talking about. Over a summertime, they had over 60 car bombings. They was beefing and they was like, yo, forget the guns in the street, forget changing hands. They was blowing each other up in the streets. They made a movie about that too, didn't they? What was the name of that movie they made about boy, the Danny Green boy? And you know what I'm talking about. Let me know what the name of that movie is. I might rewatch that. I haven't seen that in a long time, but I know they made a movie about that too. Yeah, Dave said the same thing. Cali taxes are crazy. Ohio. Cali has good public colleges though. Yeah. Illinois is up there as well. Yeah. Dave, yeah, it's more the city than Bone, and that's for sure. In 2000, the city was the top 10 murder capital for years straight. Big medical city though. The best cardio hospitals.
I don't know about that, man. That the one thing why I didn't want to move away from Philadelphia is because of the system of hospitals in the city, man. Like Philadelphia has some of the best systems of hospitals in the country. University of Penn, that system of hospitals.
Yeah, Penn. You got Jefferson. You got Einstein. The whole network.
Like that's one of the reasons why I never wanted to move away from that part of the country.
I was getting ready to make a statement, then I realized what I was getting ready to say. I was going to say you can go out to the Northwest. They got like Grace Sloan Memorials, and I realized that's from a TV show. It's not real, so my fault. Rich says that's probably because they don't fund their schools through property taxes anymore, I believe. So you're talking about California. So California has this quirky thing called Prop 13, which allows people to kind of like escape their responsibilities, I should say, with real estate taxes, right? Your value is assessed at the number it is when you bought it. So people be doing all kinds of scams and stuff. So if Granny bought a house and it's still in her name, the taxes are based on the value it was when she bought it. In most jurisdictions, as the value of property increases, your taxes will tend to go up if the millage rate is kept the same, because you have more valuable property. In California, they somehow abolished that with this Prop 13. So they make it up though. And that's the other thing about taxes, right? People say, I want to go here because they don't have this tax, or go there because they don't have that tax. And when you start looking at the numbers, they make it up in different ways.
Yeah, like, they do.
The government going to get their chicken one way or the other, or one way and the other.
I'm about to say, where you putting or at, dog? Like one way and the other.
So, Michelle says that the homeless situation in downtown LA is crazy. It's a whole tent city. Michelle. Look up, matter of fact, I think it might even be online. Just look up Portland's homeless situation. Like they had like some fly home, like they had like 2-story tents. Like the cost of living is so crazy out there, and some are saying that's how San Francisco is going. I haven't been to San Francisco in a while, but for what I'm hearing, it's going the same way of Portland because people can't afford anything. Los Angeles homelessness. Cali folks invaded Tennessee in 2020 and drove housing up from 100K to 400K. No state income or capital gains taxes, and cheap housing was a no-brainer for them. So, Ant says, always wanted to visit Seattle and Portland. Did you enjoy Portland, Jimmy, outside of the homelessness? Absolutely, I did. It didn't have an amazing. First of all, what I'm going to say is going to be some real nerdy stuff. They have the greatest bookstore I've ever been in. Like, they have it's the biggest bookstore in the world, but it's an amazing bookstore. The food was awesome. The people were cool. Had a homeless problem. Went to a Blazers game, which was dope. Like, so it was a lot of positive stuff in Portland. I didn't really enjoy the city. But that was where I saw the most homeless type situation. So Skid Row is what Pedro says. Skid Row is what Michelle is talking about in LA. Yeah, I've seen Skid Row, and it still ain't like Portland, dog. Portland, I wonder if they keep their statistics. I'm pretty sure they keep those statistics too, Cord. City with the biggest homeless problem. Yeah. I wonder where that does rank. I wonder where like Cali and all that kind of stuff ranks. Highest homeless population by state.
So we just went we've been through all the subjects.
This is your fault. Here's the crazy part. New York is up there. So Oregon is number 6. So California, New York, Florida, Washington, and Texas are the top 5. Texas is in the top 5. Interesting. Oregon is right below that.
Yeah, the thing about Texas is it's so wide open. You don't. But when you, like I said, I was in Houston. My wife was getting an award, and she was getting it in downtown Houston. And so we driving through downtown Houston, and I'm like, yo, this joint look crazy similar to Philly. Because it was just like, it looked like Kensington. It just looked like Kensington. And I'm just going to leave it there. Anybody who know what Kensington looked like, it looked like Kensington. Like, it was homeless people everywhere. It was crazy. Like, and I was like, damn, like, I know people, I know it's 3 or 4 million, because Houston got 4 million people in the area. You know what I mean? So but I live in the suburbs of the area, so I'm not seeing that every day. But I'm like, yo, It's vicious. It's vicious everywhere, yo.
The states with the lowest homeless populations are North Dakota, Wyoming, and Mississippi, which is wild because like Mississippi, I always see them on like the poorest, but they still find a way to house each other. You know,
Yeah.
which state has the best healthcare services? I don't even know the answer. I'm gonna look that up though. And it says "Kill the Irishman." That's it. That's the movie. Yo, y'all go check out "Kill the Irishman" and see how wild Cleveland was giving it up. They was just like, yeah, forget fights. You know, forget fist fights and lame scuffles. Corey be catching all my references. Forget fist fights and lame scuffles, dog. We just gonna blow your car out, man.
Yo, that's vicious, yo. Yo,
case to your face, make the shell muffle. All right, shoot your daughter in the calf muscle. Fuck a tussle, nickel plated. My fault. Little Biggie lyrics. I go off with the Biggie lyrics. I gotta chill right now.
Yo, those lyrics do not age well, bro.
I gotta chill. Let me get out my Biggie bag for a second. I gotta chill. All right, but I definitely gotta add that back to my list. Kill the Irishman. I gotta see where that's. Matter of fact, let me check now on Just Watch. Another little website for y'all before we give our giveaway. JustWatch.com, or you can download the app Just Watch, and they tell you where you can stream anything at. So Kill the Irishman. Make sure I add that. Yeah, they was wilding. So it's streaming on Amazon Prime. All right. Or Freevee or Pluto TV, all three of them. I'll check it out on Amazon. Anyway, Dave says LA has thousands of unhoused people and the majority are black men. That's sad. Cleveland Clinic is the top-rated cardio hospital in the States.
I'm talking about the system of hospitals. I'm not talking about just the cardio
heart surgery. Okay, got you. I want to get some coffee from the coffee shops in Seattle to see what the hype is about. I'm not a coffee boy, so
yeah, like it's just I don't know. It's like getting sneakers directly from the Nike joint. Like you go to Portland, that's what I would go for. I want to go see the Nike campus. You know what I mean? Like
yeah, that was dope. It's like when I was in Portland, everybody was like, it was this thing. It's called Voodoo Donuts, right? And they're very popular. And I got out there to the Voodoo Donuts, and this line was like 4 hours long. And I was talking to one of the locals. He was like, "It's trash," right? So actually, made it to the front of the line in the Voodoo joint, got it, and he wasn't lying. It was trash. So he showed me another joint because they're known for their donuts of all things. That all the locals knew where the real spot was. I went to the real spot. I was like, it was no line. I was like, hold up. What the hell is going on here? Yeah, it was the big.
It's like when people come to Philly and they eat at gyms.
Yeah, same thing.
Like people from Philadelphia don't eat there.
We don't do that. Oregon has the fourth largest home population per capita in the country after DC, California, Vermont, according to the 2022 census. All right, thank you for the updated statistics. Yeah, I knew they were up there. I didn't, shout out to Rich for, catching the Biggie lyrics. Me and Gutter had 2 spots. The 2 for $5 hits the blue tops. Got a gold Coolio, mean it's getting too hot. If Faith have twins, she probably had 2 pops. Get it? 2. All right, let me chill. The homie works for FedEx and wants to pull bread out his 401k to cash out in his own box truck. His coworker told him now is the best time because interest rates are low. What does 401k cash outs have to do with interest rates? I thought it was just a flat penalty. So I would probably need more context of what he's saying. So if he's buying a box truck, is he talking about the interest rates on buying the box truck? Or is he going to take enough money out to buy the whole thing in cash? So I don't know, and also just to kind of answer the question, different 401ks are set up different. There may be penalties just based upon however his 401k is set up. All 401ks aren't the same, I guess is what I'm really trying to say. But in terms of that interest, though, because you also get a loan. When you get a loan in your 401k, there is interest. It's generally very low, though, because you're paying yourself back. So, and that's the other thing. That's the other question, too, is what Pascal said. Interest rates are low. Yeah, like where interest rates low at? Interest rates high on everything. Ann says that's good marketing. Yeah. So what's the donut spot? The Portland donut spot. The joint that everybody goes to is called Voodoo. Voodoo is the popular joint. It's called Voodoo. So, what does Big Dave's cheesesteak rank in your opinion? It don't. It ain't in my top 5.
It's all right.
I got a new spot though. That fire.
Listen, Delisandro's, Larry's.
Delisandro's. My favorites are probably Delisandro's, Chubby's,
Larry's. Yeah, Max's make the top 10. Yeah, they not top 5. 10. Max's is another tourist trap spot, but Max's actually make good steaks.
They do. I got a couple low key joints that ain't nobody down with. That's just fire. It's one in Roxborough called Barry's. Here's the story on Barry's, and I shouldn't be doing this because they are not paying me. The boy who owns Barry's worked at Delisandro's. He was one of their cooks, but he left to do his own joint. Dumb fire. Another one is called Manny Young Pizza. But yeah,
I know where Manny. I used to live around the corner from Manny Young Pizza, so I know exactly what you're talking about. They cheesesteaks is
no games.
Yeah, absolute fire.
But let me chill though.
Ish Kabibbles. If you want to go to a tourist spot that makes good,
that's the chicken joint. They good for the chickens. Their chickens is where it's at. Yeah. They got the big cute chicken joints. That's on South Street. Yo, Rich said it might be deferred comp. It might be. If you're cashing out, buy Bitcoin. Screw that truck. I mean, check out Stacks at the Dot Trying on Mondays, y'all. Y'all gonna see my opinion. As a matter of fact, the last episode is titled "Bitcoin is the King Asset." So check that out if y'all haven't checked it out yet. He wants to buy it cash. Listen, man, you pulling your money out of your 401k. You gotta chill, man. If you ain't pulling it out to make more money, then you playing yourself. You know what I'm saying? Put a quarter. No, man. I go to Max's most times when I go to Philly. Voodoo Donuts hit. Voodoo Donuts is mid in comparison to some of the other joints in the city. Voodoo is a tourist joint. I was just confused as y'all are. No, the one you went to, not Voodoo. The one you went. I'm trying to remember what the joint was. Let me see if it's in my picks. I'll do this while I go through the rest of this. I'm gonna look it up for you, though, Pascal. I'm gonna find it out for you. Y'all try Jersey Mike's.
Yeah, man, Jersey Mike's is
that's a corporate. That's a corporate steak. That ain't the
those. I mean,
we call it a corporate. That's a corporate steak.
Yeah, those is chain restaurant joints. Like I don't put those in the same class as the other joints.
Yeah, it's not. You can't.
Chain restaurant joints is you can get good chain restaurant steaks, but you're not getting the best of Philly. Gooey Louis is nice. I like Gooey Louis.
Yeah, they all right. He all right. She all right. I know Rich know that's from the movie with what's the boy? What's the boy from Onyx? Fredro Starr, the joint with the gun. Oh, what's the name of that movie? Rich, you know what I'm talking about?
What are the other Philly cuisines aside from the cheesesteak?
Soft pretzel, dog.
Yeah, and water ice. Not that shaved ice stuff.
No, we don't do the
water
shaved ice. That's our thing. Soft pretzels, water ice. You know what I mean? That's what we get. That's how we give it up. I'm gonna find the name of the spot for you. I can't find it right now. I know I got a picture. That's why I'm going through my drive. But I'm trying to remember what year I was in Portland. Anyway, man. So what else? What other comments do we have here? JL Jupiter put me on a Philly spot. Shout out to JL Jupiter, man. JL Jupiter put me down to a spot that got a fire hoagie, man, because it was in a gas station.
So you gotta say subs. You gotta say subs for the rest of the country. It's only a hogie in Philly. It's subs for everybody else.
Oh, my bad.
Because I asked for a hoagie down here, and they was like, "What the hell is that?" It's a sub everywhere else.
My bad. Yeah, I ain't know that. All right, so y'all ain't got no local dogs, pizzas, fries, or garbage plates?
Man, we got all that stuff. Everything, anything you can get anywhere, you can get in Philly.
So Ann has a question for you, Corey. Have you found anything similar to Philly down there?
I don't eat cheesesteaks anywhere but in the Philadelphia tri-state area. I don't eat cheesesteaks anywhere else in the country. So the answer to that is no, because I would never try no cheesesteak anywhere else in the country.
Yo, first of all, when they market it and say it's a Philly cheesesteak, I'm done.
I'm automatically out on that.
Yeah, that's it
Anything
right
that
there.
you got to put Philly
It's not
before the
Sunset Park, Rich.
cheesesteak.
Dan got it. It's called Strap. It's called Strap. Don't ask why I find that movie absolutely hilarious. It wasn't meant to be a comedy, but it's a comedy to me. He was wilding on there. That's it. It's called Strap. All right. Mark says Jersey Mike's. Yeah. No, that's corporate stuff. Philly got hoagies too.
For sure.
Subs are trash. It's not the same. Howie G says the dude on the NYC subway who caused that fight and got a free trip to the hospital due to his own weapon gets the gas face. Peace to Howie G. Good. All right, my fault. Little Chubb Rock lyrics.
Good looking, G.
Yeah, but did you see the story right here?
Nah, man.
I saw a full video and it was the wildest thing. So this dude is like talking crazy to this Hispanic brother on the sub. He like, yo, if you move, I'm gonna slap you. Like he's talking wild to the ball. So ball get up, put his dukes up. They rumbling. The Hispanic boy was with his girl. She walked by and hit him with the hawk work, hit the black boy with the hawk work, so he started bleeding. He got a gun on him. He go to grab the gun, you know what I'm saying? And then the
cheddar bob. He got cheddar bobbed.
No, what happened was they got into a scuffle. He lost the gun and then the bull popped him with his own hammer. Yeah, it was wild. It was wild though.
That's worse than a cheddar bob.
The wildest part is like the Hispanic boy, the chick he was with straight gave him all kinds of hawk work, and you see her like. And I was like, yo. Yeah, it was wild. That was a wild thing.
They said they swing the ox. They not bull. They not BSing.
That's a regular subway ride in New York, though. That's like saying cheesesteak is the same as a New York steak and cheese. Nah,
not the same.
Yeah, they got
both are good though. I will say both are good. They not the same though.
Yeah, you can't eat a cheesesteak anywhere else than in the city. That's blasphemy.
That's not true. I eat cheesesteaks, like I said, in the tri-state. I will try cheesesteaks in like New Jersey, Philly, New York. Anywhere else outside that.
Claymont get busy though, dog. Claymont got the Claymont Steak joint. They go crazy.
Yeah, Delaware, but I don't really count Delaware because Delaware is so little. But yeah, Delaware, you know what I mean, like that. Anywhere besides the little 4 spots.
Yo, that should have been his last, but I think they handled that shit. Shout out to Bokeem Woodbine though, because I find him hilarious.
Yeah.
Welcome home, Joshua. Have some cake. That's from my fault. Jason's lyric. Anyway, Mark says I saw a bull get balled up by a female last night. Where was you at last night?
Yeah, where was you at that you seen that?
where did you go down there? Mark, what kind of undesirable spot was you in?
He was hanging with the undesirables. He's probably on 52nd Street. He's probably on Baltimore Ave in a regular Philly spot.
Oh, he said he was downtown.
Yeah, you see that all the time downtown.
Yeah, that's what happened to my man Kelly Oubre. I like how the Sixers just like stop talking about that story. Hopefully it'll go away. Bokeem made it to the MCU. Shout out to Bokeem.
Yeah.
So Don, who's from Philly, says VA got some fire cheesesteak spots.
I would never know, Don. I'm not saying you lying. I would never know. I would have.
God. Oh God. He said you ain't order none of those Pat's, Campos, or Questlove vegan steaks from Goldbelly.
That's a
Goldbelly. Goldbelly, I think Goldbelly is the that's the company where you could order like the cuisine from a specific city, and have it sent to you. Because I lost the bet.
No chance I'm ever doing that, man. There's no chance. Not from Philly. I might order some Louisiana cuisine from there, but I'm not ordering no Philly food from no box order. Man, get out of here, man.
I had to pay out a bet because I think the Eagles was playing the Bears. My man Jeff from Chicago and me had made a bet that whoever won had to send the cuisine from our city. And that was interesting because they had like steaks, like he said, they had the steaks, but they also had tasty cakes, pretzel. So it was like a fire care package. F the Eagles for losing though. This was a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
But yeah, F them for losing. Anyway, Rich, that's what I'm saying. Rich, Oubre pulled a Smollett, but the media ain't jump on it. We all know what happened. We got these pickles from Goldbelly. Hey, yo, I don't even like pickle. Hey, yo, wow. And I'm feeding. Gotta have those. All right. Whoa, Doc. It's time to do the giveaway.
Yo,
Giveaway,
how many
yo.
times did you say pause in one statement?
It's time to do the giveaway, yo. That was wild.
I feel like a 12-year-old boy, yo. I want to
That
say
was
pause
wild.
6 times while you was reading that statement. Hey, whoa. Oh, man. Oh, yo, you just made my whole night, man.
All right, so with that being said, I mean, it's not my fault though. Like, what am I supposed to do? That comment was wild. All right, so
Oh, God, yo.
all right, so here I'm gonna share with y'all right now the hashtag for the night.
Yo,
And this is the hashtag that you got to put in to be put into our giveaway. The hashtag is AYO. Hashtag AYO will put you in our giveaway for our Bitcoin this evening. Lorraine said, "Y'all don't need no."
Oh God, yo. Oh God. Oh, that was amazingly funny, yo. I swear it took everything in my being not to say pause like 7 times like you read that statement, dog. Pause. Whoa, hey, yo.
Jamil, we gotta call it something else, dog. Like,
oh God, hold on. Oh God.
All right, for those listening to the audio, I apologize, man. But the hashtag is hashtag AYO. It'll put you in our giveaway to win the Bitcoin this evening.
Man.
Listen, man, while y'all put the hashtag in the comments, just want to say thank you to everybody. We appreciate it. I mean, it was slice. I think that doesn't violate man rule.
And listen, there was no violation of man law anywhere. It just was funny as hell. Reading this statement, man. There was no violations of anything, man. People can be and do whatever they want. It was just that statement read very, very funny, man. Oh God.
Hey Don, by the way, Don, I see you try and cheat too, dog. I mean, I can kick out bonuses. I see Don. Yo, I mean Don, man. I gotta give you credit, Don, man, because Don is plays for the Patriots, man. What did Daniel Tomlin say, man? Said if you ain't cheating,
you ain't trying. I need to get around some more people that don't use pause, because that was absolutely amazing. Like people that just talk and don't worry about what they say.
It's second nature to me, dog. We've been doing
man. We've been doing that since the 90s.
It's like 2 decades, dog. It's like 2 decades. Like,
yeah.
So it's over 20 years. So, yeah, man. Yo, I started watching Napoleon on Apple TV Plus, right? And Napoleon was wilding, dog. He was absolutely wilding. And he was wilding about his women too, dog. I ain't finished it yet, but insanity. How many of y'all seen that movie? It's on Apple TV.
The thing is, I didn't see the movie, but when I was studying the Haitian Revolution, he popped up.
Oh yeah,
and
he got handed that work. But no, that movie is insane. So that was insane.
I haven't seen like any documentaries or nothing on the board, but I definitely got some some reading info.
Yo, I watched the document. I'm gonna give people one more minute, and I'm just having a conversation with Cora. I'll give people one more minute. I watched a doc on Netflix this week about a boarding school, which was the most insane thing I ever saw. It was about like a cult. It was about financial crimes, and it was just pure insanity. So bad movie, man. Should have been called Josephine. Yo, Josephine must have had that. Josephine must have had that sunshine, though, doggy.
Yeah, anyway. Man.
With all that being said, though, I didn't finish it, but it's just wild. Like, if this is what really went down. Did y'all talk about Russ's $1.2 million salary from the Steelers? They got him at a discount because, like, the Broncos wanted him going.
The Broncos still owing $40 million, so he's getting paid $41.2 million this year. It's not just 1.2. It's just that the Pittsburgh Steelers only owing 1.2. He's getting paid $41 million.
I got a lot of family from Pittsburgh, so I bang with them. But I'm a huge Mike Tomlin fan. I think Mike Tomlin is one of the greatest coaches ever. So I won't slander him. But the one thing I'll say is, for somebody to pay you $40 million not to be there, they really wanted you going. Yo, imagine someone telling like, yo, I don't want you to show up. Just go away. I don't even care if you go to work somewhere else. I'll give you $40 million to not be here.
Just don't come.
That's crazy.
They really hated you.
Yeah, they hate boy. They hate boy. $38 million from the Broncos. That's crazy. So my man getting what?
$39.2 million. Hey, I tell people this all the time, man. People either paying you to show up or they paying you to go away. That's the only two reasons people pay you.
Yeah, that's what a lot of dudes that are tricks be saying. But that's either here nor there.
Hey, listen, man.
The spirit of tricking, as Dave said, the spirit of tricking is amongst us. But listen, though.
Yeah.
Jamil says, what do y'all think about book 2, Ghost being indebted for the Young Ghost and Tommy series? I don't even know if it's true. 50 be trolling all the time. But what I will say is he probably got tired of paying for Tariq's budget for his wardrobe. Because I don't know what Tariq's budget is, dog, but Tariq be having on like the flyest stuff every scene. Not every episode, every scene. His wardrobe budget got to be like 7-8 figures. It's ridiculous.
By itself.
I know that sounds crazy, but I'm telling you, like, it's to the point where his wardrobe was so ridiculous that there's an actual IG page of someone who like literally tracks down the price of everything that he will be wearing. Like one episode, my man might wear like 6 figures worth of clothes. Anyway, with all that being said, let's get to the giveaway, y'all. We appreciate y'all. Thanks for the support. Thanks for showing up for Friday to kick it with us and have fun as always. We get some sats right now. What's Bitcoin trading at right now? We at about 69, now 50. We close to 70 again. Make sure to check out Stack Sats at Dodge Trying on Mondays, our regular pod on Wednesdays, and every Friday we are here live. That's our schedule. Please share our channel. Make sure people subscribe and just show us love. We appreciate y'all. But let's get ready to do the giveaway. First of all, man, I had to remove Don trying to cheat. But let's see.
Oh man.
Tay is the winner.
Yeah.
All right, Tay. Tay, shoot me an inbox. What's your cash tag? You are the winner of this week's $25 of Bitcoin. Rich is trolling. It's on its way to zero. Here's the crazy part, Rich. Bitcoin is that's the funniest thing about it. People that still believe that one day it's going to zero. Like, there's so many people that are bordering at this point that I don't even know if it's possible for that to ever happen. And people just don't understand it still. But Rich, the great thing about it is that's how you know we still early. We are still early. We are still early, man. Shout out to y'all though, man. With that being said, we appreciate y'all. We appreciate the love. Thank you so much.
Say crazy. She gonna say, "Hey, yo."
All right, Tay, shoot us a message and we'll get it to you. Everybody's saying congratulations in the chat to you. Thoughts on Bronny James stats this season? I mean, it is what it is. Like, it is what it is. Yeah. He's Bronny James. At the end of the day, he ain't gotta make it to the league. He's Bronny James. Yeah, still early on Bitcoin. I do believe we are still early. People still don't even know what it is. People still don't understand it. People don't understand the halving. They don't understand the value proposition. So, and Steve says Bitcoin can easily get to a $5 trillion market cap in a few years. I don't disagree. Gold is about 12 trillion. Said basketball is not for Bronny. He needs an office job. He can get that easy. Again, he's Bronny James. Here's the thing about it, though.
And he nice. He's just not as nice as his pop.
That's the thing. He's a very smart player. When I watch him, what stands out to me is his basketball IQ. He doesn't make bad decisions, right? He doesn't have the explosiveness and size pause that his pop has. Now, the one on the way up, the youngest son, Bryce.
Yeah, Bryce. He
you better watch out for because yeah. Anyway, y'all, we appreciate y'all. Thanks for the support. Congratulations to Tay. We'll talk to you guys during the course of the week on the internet. But it is what it is. Check out Kruger's video on Kitco News. Broke the math down. I think I did. I don't know if I saw the one on Kiko. I saw Kruger had one on his own channel where he said it was like Bitcoin mapping. I'm gonna check that out though. Rich, if you can, send it to me so I can know I'm watching the right one. All right, y'all. Take it easy. We love y'all. Stay safe out there. Peace. See y'all next week.